What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Gemini Sun sign friends. If you were born between the dates of May 21st and June 20th, then you are a Gemini Sun sign, and this reading is for you. Today we're going to be taking a look at the month ahead for the month of August for all my Gemini friends, and this is a spread that's going to look into your past, present, and future energies. Also, it's going to say what to hold on to, what to let go of, obstacles you're going to face in the month of August. Basically, it's going to get you prepared to face the next month with the knowledge that you're moving forward in the right direction, basically. Okay, this is a general overall reading, and it's not going to apply to everyone in a specific way. But if you want a more specific reading tailored just for you, where I tap into your specific energies, and head on over to my Etsy shop, and we can get into the core of your issues. But as it stands, this is a general reading, and I'm using the Morgan-Greer Tarot. This is a beautiful, colorful deck from the 70s that I really enjoy, so we're going to use that today. So, if you will, just give me a moment to center myself and ask the tarot cards a question. What are the energies surrounding Geminis in the month of August? Alright, that should do it. Let's cut the deck. And we'll deal them out. Alright, and I'm also going to use the Keeper of the Light Oracle deck. And we're going to use this deck to ask the question, what should Geminis focus on spiritually in the month of August? What should be the spiritual focus of Geminis in the month of August? And we'll look at that last. Alright, let's see what we have here. I see off the bat some swords energy, a little bit of pentacles energy, and some cups and some rods, so pretty well rounded. Let's see what these cards are trying to tell us. So we'll look at them individually first and then overall as a whole after. So first we're going to look at the energies of last month here, and this is represented by the Queen of Rods. I get the feeling that July was a kind of a busy month for a lot of you. A lot of things happening in your lives requiring you to put in a lot of action. And this action seems to me like it comes from a place of love. I think that a lot of the actions that you guys were putting in July were things that you wanted, that you really like, they're part of your goals, and it didn't feel like work because you're getting what you want. So yeah, I think that July was a time for you to put in work towards your goals, and I think a lot of you probably got a lot closer to your goals because you were doing it from a place of authenticity. Yes, perfect word. You're doing it from a place of authenticity. I get the feeling that you guys were very authentic and genuine to your truest heart's desires, and you're doing work that would bring you closer to those desires. So it seems like July was a productive month for a lot of you. Congratulations on that. This card here represents the present energies, and we've got Temperance. You know, Temperance is all about finding a balance, and I think now that you guys put in so much work getting what you wanted, now it's time to integrate that into your life, and that new energy, that new maybe it was material things, maybe it was like a new emotion that you were able to bring into your life, but that new thing that was created as a result of the work in July, it's time for you to integrate that and see how that fits within your life, and try to make it so that it adds to your life without offsetting any balances that you already previously had. So yeah, I get the feeling that right now you guys are trying to stay balanced and trying to stay even keeled, both emotionally, physically, mentally, just trying to stay in the middle of the road, right, Geminis? You guys are she does have one foot in the water here. I get the feeling that for some of you, this is probably having to do with emotions. New emotions were coming in possibly, and you're trying to integrate those emotions into your being. And I think that's what is going on right now for a lot of you. And remember, this is a general overall reading. It's not going to apply to everybody, so take what you will, leave the rest. But for the most of you, I get the feeling of balance being the theme of right now, presently. This card here represents the energies of next month, so the energies of August. We've got the Page of Pentacles. And I think, yeah, so I think that August is going to be a time for a lot of you to look back. I think some big things are happening in a lot of your lives, and August is going to be a time to reflect a little bit and try to figure out, you know, the balance and how to integrate the new things into your life. But now it's going to be more of like a practical way, you know. So if you got a new job, you're gonna August is going to be a month to look back at you know, all the things that it took to get that job, and where you're at now, and see how your life is situated right now. Just basically, I'm getting the sense of a time of reflection, and not just reflection, but of integration, reflection and integration, so that you have a new thing. I just get the feeling of a new thing is here, and so the Page of Pentacles is really giving me the sense now that you're going to have to figure out a way to... It's young. You know, the Page of Pentacles is a young energy, someone who's not entirely sure of themselves and entirely sure how he or she fits in with the world. And it's a learning experience. It's a growth period. And that's really what I should have said from the beginning. This is going to be a growth period where you learn to integrate the new things. And yeah, I see a lot of you going through a metamorphosis at this time. So that's a beautiful thing. Alright, so this card here represents what you should hold on to in the month of August, and we've got the Ten of Swords. Let me go into this card here because I want to. So this card is saying that defeat is part of life. You're going to be defeated, and there's always going to be challenges, and there's going to be times where you feel like you're just at your end, and you can't go any further. And this card is saying, don't worry, when you get to that point, a new cycle will begin. You'll learn the lessons you were supposed to learn, and a new thing will come. And so I think what you need to hold on to is that idea, that energy, that's just the knowledge that when things seem like they're the worst, that's, you know, it's always darkest before the dawn. Yeah? Right? You know what I'm saying? So just because things are down, just because you feel exhausted, just because you feel defeated, don't look at it as a negative thing. Look at it as you're coming towards the end of that journey. You're going to take the lessons that you were supposed to learn from it with you into this next part of your journey. And you're going to start a new phase of life with the knowledge that you gained from the past. And that's what growth is all about. You know, the Page of Pentacles said August is the month of growth. You're going to have to integrate what I just said into your being in order to grow. You're going to have to stop allowing yourself to feel defeat just because things aren't going your way, and realize that these obstacles are learning opportunities. Okay, so hold on to that. That's what you need to hold on to in the month of August. Alright, this card here represents the biggest obstacle you're likely to face in the month of August, and we've got the Ace of Pentacles. Again, we got a pentacle energy coming in, and it's an ace. An ace is about new things, and if we're gonna, you know, look at it in the context of this spread, I get the sense that, like I said, something new is coming, or it has come. For a lot of you, I think it has come, and this is a new pentacle energy. So pentacles are things you can touch, physical things in this physical world. So maybe some of you got a new job, a new home, a new car, a new diet. Something new that you can touch has come in, and I think integrating that is going to be your obstacle, and there's going to be some growing pains. And yes, this new thing is a positive thing, but there's going to be some challenges that come along with it, and these challenges may get you down, right? But remember what we said for the last card, okay? These challenges may get you down, but overall this is a very positive thing in your life, and you should celebrate it as such. But it will be an obstacle trying to integrate it into your life and understand where it fits at the beginning, because it's a growing phase for a lot of you. I get the feeling. So allow yourself to grow into this new energy. Don't fight it. Take your time. There's no rush. That's basically what I have to say there. All right, this card here represents what you should let go of for the month of August. And we've got the Three of Cups. So this card is telling me that you need to let go of your dependence on other people. Not that you are dependent on other people, but, you know, a lot of us will kind of lean a little bit too heavily on others to help us. And, like, you know, that kind of inhibits us from learning certain lessons if there's someone to bail us out and someone to lean on. So I think in the month of August, I think this is a time, Gemini friend, for you to branch out on your own and maybe, you know, look inward for the strength needed when you would otherwise look to other people for help. And maybe it's time for you to learn some lessons. So, you know, I don't want to give an example because there's so many different possibilities, but, you know, whenever you look for outside help, maybe think about, you know, can I handle this on my own? Yes, it's going to be difficult. Yes, it's going to be complicated. It might take longer, but will I be a better person if I learn how to do this? And I think that's something that we can all learn, but especially now in August for Geminis. I think that's going to be a very strong lesson for you guys. So have the self-confidence. You guys can do it. It's like I said, it might take longer. It might not be perfect, but it's a growing experience. And I think that's definitely a theme that I'm getting from this reading. So growth is definitely in the cards, in the cards for August. Okay, bad joke. This card here represents the energy of the people around you for the month of August. We've got the Two of Swords. I just want to say that this is the general energy for everyone in your life. You know, individuals are going to have their own specific energies, but for the most part, overall, this is going to be the overall energies of people around you. And the Two of Swords is making me think that there's going to be a lot of indecision, and people are not going to be as helpful as you hope they would be, because they're going to be undecided in a lot of matters, at least in the matters concerning you. So I get the sense of split camps or divisiveness and people being kind of unsure. So if you're looking for advice and people can't give you solid advice, you know, expect that in the month of August. Or especially if you're going to try to lean on someone and they have kind of two differing opinions and they can't even figure it out themselves, that could be another thing that might happen. So, I mean, that actually could help you because, you know, if your friends don't know how to help you, then you kind of have to do things on your own, which is what this spread is telling you to do anyway. So that could help you a lot. So I wouldn't depend on your friends too much. If you're looking for solid answers at least, okay? So that is the energy of your friends. This last card here represents the biggest lesson you're likely to learn in the month of August. And we have, ooh, Eight of Swords. Okay, we got some sword energy here, Geminis, and to me that's representing ego thoughts, and generally speaking, negative ego thoughts. When I say negative, they're just these self-sabotaging thoughts of fear, of worry, of doubt. And I think the lesson that you're going to have to learn this month is that there's a lot, you're holding a lot of fear, you're holding a lot of worry, and a lot of doubt about your own future and your own life. And they're holding you back. And just worrying about how things are going to go, thoughts of inadequacies, they're not helping you, they're hurting you. And I think in the month of August, if we're going to go through this growing phase, I think you're going to be able to shed a lot of those negative ego thoughts about yourself. Not just thoughts, but like belief systems and patterns of thinking that are self-sabotaging. They keep you imprisoned because you're you're allowing yourself to believe in something that your mind has created out of fear, and that is something that we're going to have to work on this month, Geminis. And you can break free from those shackles, but it's going to take some conscious effort. You're going to have to, pinpoint those negative ego thoughts, and then you're going to have to erase them, and then you're going to have to replace them with positive ego thoughts. So it's not going to be easy, right? But it's something that you're going to have to work on, because I think they're holding you back a little bit. Fear, doubt, worry of the future and the present. So let's get rid of those, and we'll have a much better month. Okay, so let's look at these cards overall and see what they're trying to tell us. Last month was a big action month. You guys were doing a lot of things. You guys were creating in alignment with your highest passions, and I think that July was very productive for a lot of people, and you guys did a lot of great work in July. So coming into now is going to be a time to balance things out. I think things are going to kind of cool down a little bit, and it's going to be a time as we move into August for you to reflect on the past couple months and all the work that you've done to get to this point. You're going to have to reflect on it. You're going to have to try to integrate it and figure out how your new life is going to work out. What are the logistics of your new life going to be? Not that your life is going to be drastically different than it was in the past few months, but I do sense that something has changed recently, and now you guys need to figure out how that's going to how your new life I call it new. It could be a drastic change for some of you. It could be very subtle for others, but it is a change that's going to force you to look at your life in a different way and kind of integrate some new things. So that's what's going on there. What you gotta just stick it out, my friends. When the going gets tough, that's when you're learning your biggest lessons, and that's the most beneficial time for you. Don't give up. Don't allow negative when you get to this Ten of Swords point, and what I mean by the Ten of Swords point is when you're at your lowest. You're just like, oh, I've had enough, I am done. When you get to that point, do not give up. Do not allow negative thoughts to enter, negative beliefs to enter into your system. Look at things from the positive perspective. Take the lessons away that you were supposed to learn and grow, rather than get inside this negative downward spiral of negative thinking. That is a possibility when you get to that point. Okay, so hold on to that. Your biggest obstacles, it will be integrating this new energy and figuring out the logistics of it and how it's going to fit into your life. And it's not a huge obstacle. I mean, that's great. It's fun. It's like a puzzle piece. How do I rearrange my life in little ways to make room for this new thing? So that's going to be your obstacle. That's going to be kind of your focus for this next month. Try to do things on your own. You don't need to seek help from others all the time. If you do, try to do things on your own, it's going to be an opportunity for you to grow and expand and become a better person. So look at it that way, so that you're not always leaning on others. But speaking of leaning on others, it's not going to be a great time to lean on others, because the people around you are just going to be split in half. They're going to be undecided. They're not going to be 100% there for you to answer your questions or give you advice, just because they seem kind of conflicted themselves, and I think maybe a lot of them will have contrarian ideas to you, and then you're just don't depend on people this month too much in the month of August. Okay, and the biggest lesson is to emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Get rid of those ego thoughts that are not serving you, that are not true, but you've told yourself that they're true, and now you believe them. And get rid of those, the I can'ts, or I'm not good enough twos. You know what I mean? Those aren't true. You can do anything that you set your mind to. And I know that's a cliche, and it doesn't mean anything anymore, but it's so true. Maybe you're not going to be able to fly in this lifetime, but you're never going to be able to fly if you always believe that you can't. You know what I mean? All right, before we go, let's take a look at the Keepers of the Light Oracle. We asked it, what should be the spiritual focus, like spiritual message that it has for Gemini friends in the month of August? And we have Lady Portia, Divine Order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. As if this is like the nail in the coffin. Yes, an important lesson is unfolding. This is a period of growth, my Gemini friends. I think a lot of you are growing. You're becoming better people right now. The energies are in alignment with that right now, and I feel that you guys are growing as a group, Geminis. And realize that even though you may feel alone on this earth, there's so much support, so much support in the realms that you can't perceive with your five senses, and you are not alone. the path of your life is up to you, but you have all the support necessary to create any life that you want to create. And the part of coming onto this earth is to learn that lesson exactly, that you can create whatever you want, but you're going to have to shed some negative baggage to do it. And you have the divine order. You have your angels, your guides, your ETs to help guide you and lead you and show you the right way. So definitely, if you're not in contact with them, maybe now's the time to reach out. You know what I mean? And if you are, listen to their messages and follow their guidance, because they're leading you towards the right path. And if you're ever unsure which way you're supposed to be headed, check in with your guides, and they will make sure that you're going the right way. Okay. Alright, so that was the reading for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Remember, this is a general overall reading. If you want a reading tailored specifically for you, where I tap into your energies, head on over to my Etsy shop. I'll put a link in the card and in the description below, and I appreciate if you go check that out and click on the little button and you'll go there. Alright, thank you for that. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. It lets me know that I did something right. Put any comments in the comment section below if you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything you want to say about this reading. Please be sure to subscribe if you really enjoyed this video, so that you stay up to date on all of these videos, which I release regularly. And that's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Have a great month, Geminis. Happy taroting. Peace.